So down here we have the bottom half of a balance sheet, set of spreads for an appraisal we're working on. And shareholders' equity is the title here in the equity section. And it's mentioned, here, down here, there, several different places. And it's interesting because sometimes we may not have just one shareholder. Maybe we need to move this apostrophe to the end here, and then we have to go back and move it in every single location, right? And that becomes annoying. So what I've done is basically tied a bunch of these sections to the label here on B35, right? So for, let's go to total shareholders equity. Let's just change this a little bit. Hit the F2 key to open the cell for editing. I'm going to hit the home key to move to this end of the text. I'm going to start doing some dynamic text. Equals, quote, and go to the end of total, because that's fine. Let's do ampersand. And because I don't really want to have the word shareholder capitalized here, we'll put the function lower, hit tab to get that parenthetical set up, delete those words we don't need. I'm going to click on shareholders equity right here. Then I'm going to hit the close parent and enter. So now here, if I want to say I've got multiple shareholders or one shareholder by changing the apostrophe, it is now adjusted and updated down here automatically. I just fixed it one spot. Well, let's fix this one too. So this one is basically the same. That shareholders equity is just at the end, all lowercase. Hit F2, home equals, quote, go to the end of total liabilities and, quote, ampersand, lower, tab to put that function in place, delete that shareholders equity because I want to click on this one. So now it's tied there. And how about up here? Well, this one's a little more interesting. This one's capitalized. So there's a couple other things we can deal with on this one. Let's start with this. There's a couple of things I want to show. Let's start with just the basic equals, quote, quote. Instead of lower, let's do ampersand, proper. Delete that, come click on this, and ta-da, it's done, is it? Except for the fact that there's an apostrophe in the middle of the text, which Excel reads differently and says, oh, let's read capitalized things because that's a new word based on the way Excel looks at it. So we're going to make a couple of tweaks to this one just to get rid of that S issue. So in this issue, we're going to trick Excel because we want it to start doing proper after that apostrophe when it shows up. So let's add right here the mid function, and we'll say mid of B35, start with first character until you see a space in there, in that particular cell. Let's close the mid as well as the find there. And we do want to make proper afterwards. Let's say mid, but let's start for the first character. Well, we got to move that cursor there, just inside that parenthetical. So start number, we'll say for the first character, find that space in this cell. Let's close find, but let's go +1, move to the very next space, the next character after the space. And how many spaces should we go? Oh, it doesn't really matter. Let's put 40 here just for fun. So now we're closing the find, the mid, and the proper. Okay. So now it's lowercase s. Let's come back down to shareholders' equity. Let's move things around. Say it's now shareholders plural. So that's moving around. All the apostrophe is in the right spot. On 4, I've misclicked. There is not the right spot. Let's fix that too. Shareholders distributions. Here we go. Equals mid here. Start number 1, number of characters, find the space in that cell. Close that, and then close the mid, delete shareholders, go ampersand, quote, leave the space in there for now, distributions. Oops, too many spaces. Let's get rid of that space. There we go. Now it's fixed. Let's change this from shareholders to members. Yeah, there we go. Good there, good there, good there, good there. Let's move that apostrophe around. It's just one members. Possessive. There we go. So now we can change this first word in B35 to be, well, stockholder maybe. Stockholders' equity. And all those sections self-update.